Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. For uses of use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now let's start this dang show.
You gonna have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
Didn't see Gino out there today. He's trending toward Kenny playing on Sunday.
Yeah, Kenny's going to play. Gino won't make it back. Couldn't get it done in this amount of time, but have a really good chance to be back next week. So Kenny's going to take the lead.
What have you seen out of Kenny that gives you confidence in him? Confidence?
Well, like the expectations that I've held for the backup quarterbacks in the past, that they've got to be on every day, they've got to work every day, their mind has to stay on play to play, because they need the mentality that the very next play they may be in there. Kenny's done that well. We talked about it way back when, and he's done everything we could ask of him, and he had an excellent week. He's in command of what we're doing. Communications are good and all that. Got a little East Coast in him, so that won't hurt, and so we'll support him in every way that we can to have a good game.
Gino didn't get to the point where he would be available for Sunday. How did kind of like his body respond to the rehab? You think he's made progress in that regards?
Yeah, it seems like it's on track. This trip happens to be 10 hours almost on a plane, and the weather and all that. He's got it's a lower back issue that he's concerned about, and it just doesn't seem like it would behoove him moving forward. So we're going to take care of him and not put him through that.
Will he stay here?
I'll let you know that later.
Do you expect to?
Well, it's not for you or him. Okay. It's just, why would we tell people that?
Do you expect to elevate Cam to potentially be the third quarterback?
We have to wait and see.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
Yeah, forgot. Every time Pete speaks, so does Joe Pesci. What is up, everybody? It's the Friday edition. The preview of the Raiders going to Philadelphia to take on the Super Bowl, that defending Super Bowl champion Eagles, who haven't really been playing all that Super Bowl champion-ish lately, but still, it is what it is. Sodom, how are you doing? Happy Friday. How are you doing?
It's Friday. That's all that fucking matters.
Well, we're coming off a very great interview that we did on Wednesday. So if you haven't checked it out, we did Jerry Robinson
interview. It was fun. Too bad he was on a time limit, because that could have been an easy 3-hour show.
Yes, So what nonsense is happening now? Well, surprisingly, we will not have to deal with Geno Smith as a starting quarterback, but also it depends on which side of the draft spectrum, I guess you can say. You know, some folks are all I know.
I feel about it. I give a fuck about the draft spot.
Yeah. That's what everyone's going to talk about. And I know people that watch the Raiders win, and then we go down to like 6. That's what happened last year. We're living 2024 all over again with 2023.
We did good at 6.
5.
We did good at 6. I don't fucking trust us at number 1.
Yeah. We will see. The last time we had a number 1 pick, of course, that was Jamarcus Russell. But can history change some 20 plus years later? We will see. But that is for another episode after the season is done and the draft, whatever, has been revealed. All right, Asylum. We have a game this Sunday. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone. We had a couple new subscribers come on off of the interview too. So I just want to say we appreciate that. You know, of course, like Asylum said, it was a great interview. It was a great interview. And I just want to say thank you to those new subscribers. So make sure you like the show. Tell your friends, tell your people, tell your family, tell everybody. The Cage Match Show is a great show. It's a very great show. So make sure you do that. All right. Asylum has to go take his meds. So we're going to just continue on. Now, of course, one of the things that happened is we know what time and what day the Giants game is going to be on. And that's very important, of course, because of the draft. The draft, where we land in the draft, because they're number 1 and we're number 2.
Have some draft implications depending on how these next 2 weeks go.
Yes, so we are number 2. They're number 1. Of course, there's 2 more games in between. We got the Eagles game, and then right after that is a Texans game. But we have a time for that. Still don't have a time for the final game against the Chiefs.
Do we know? What? We could have had it up. Do we know who the Giants are playing in those 2 games?
No, I don't know that one.
We'll have it for Wednesday. We'll keep you updated on that draft situation. Even though we all know Asylum don't really give a flying fuck. We're not picking number 1. That's all that matters.
Well, let's go into this game.
Today, all right, Sunday. Whatever day we're playing.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope, we always say, just don't ruin my Sunday, Raiders. Okay. Let's look at the matchup.
They ruined a lot of Sundays.
A lot of Sundays, Kay. Makes you want to go to church. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be sacrilegious. Okay. Head-to-head history, Raiders and the Eagles.
The series being tied, does that include the Super Bowl?
It does include the Super Bowl because this is the all-time series, but because we won the Super Bowl, we have the slight edge when it comes to history. Super Bowl 15. The Raiders, 2-10, go at 4th place in the AFC West, is going against the 1st place NFC East Eagles at 8-5. Like I said, they've been kind of teetering a little bit, kind of spiraling a little bit the last couple games. But let's look at this right here. Of course, the last time we played, that was in 2021, where we beat them in Las Vegas, 33-22. It was a great game. That was a great game. Let me slow down. That was a great game. But last 2 games after that, we lost. One in Oakland in 2009, 13-3 or 13-9. And so on and so forth. So it's been win, loss, win, loss, overtime, loss. Sodom. Do these numbers mean we're due? Or doesn't even matter? Well, wait, we got Kenny Pickett, and Kenny Pickett, he's playing for the Eagles. Yeah.
I mean, these numbers, it's only 14 games, and we're tied. So honestly, this is one of those games that go either way. We were underdogs in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Right? So it's one of those. And again, they're having that little slump. They're not the team they were last year. So, this game could probably go either way. And it's going to go either we can squeak out the win or we're just going to get our asses handed to us. It's going to be the spectrum there.
Well, if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 out of the 5 games we played in Philadelphia, and these are the last 10 times we played them. Do you know what game the 11th game was? Do you know what game that was?
The Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl, yeah. But we're 1-4.
New Orleans.
New Orleans in the Superdome. January 1981, 80 season, anyways. But in the last 10 meetings in Philadelphia, we got 1 win and 4 losses. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we're due. I don't know. Anyways, let's look at the numbers, Asylum. Here we go. The Raiders offense rankings, 257.2, which is 31st. That's total yards in a game. 72 of that is on the ground, which is last. 184 is in the air, which is 26, almost last, close to last. 15.1 points a game we score, Asylum, which is 32nd, which is also last. Looking at the Eagles offense, 309.4 yards a game, which is 24th. That's like I said, their offense, we got we have Jalen Hurts been throwing interceptions. Their passing game has been up and down. We all know if you had AJ Brown as your receiver in fantasy, it hasn't.
Yeah, when he's on the bench, he does good. If he's in the game, if you have him in the game, he's going to suck. The one you got to watch out for though is Saquon Barkley.
Yes. What's up now?
You do have to watch out for that.
Yes. And sorry, I got thrown off. Their rushing yards a game, the Philadelphia Eagles rushing yards a game on offense, 110, which is 22nd, which is also crazy. 198 yards of that is in the air, which is 22nd. And then the points per game, 22, which is 19th. The Raiders defense, 325 yards they give up in a game, which is 16th. 113 is that on the ground, which is 16th. 211 is that in the air, 17th. Points per game they give up, which is 25 points, 25 and a half points, which is 24th. And of course, those numbers are skewed because of the offensive turnovers this season. The defense has been playing tired because they're always on the field. The Eagles defense, 341 yards they give up in the game, 21st, 132 of that's on the ground, which is 26. 209 of that's in the air, which is 15th, and then 20 points a game they give up, which is 9th. Asylum, these numbers, we have a chance, right? We have a chance.
I mean, if you go off the numbers, I mean, we're getting closer to being more equal here. Obviously, the Eagles seem to be in that, what the hell do they call it? The Super Bowl fatigue.
Oh, that loser is always at the hangover.
Hangover, that's it. The Super Bowl hangover. Now, granted, they were in what? 2 of the last 3 or 2 of the last 4, something like that.
2 of the last 4.
4. So, they're also a team that's been playing a lot of football. And again,
or 4, 5.
They beat the team we hate. And the team we hate really needs a lot of help. So we're loving that. But it kind of just feels like there's that hangover a little bit, hurts. I mean, just the Eagles in general, they're struggling overall in the season. For a team that just won the Super Bowl, you don't expect to be in the 20s and everything else with all those stats there. Yeah. But, it's either feast or famine with them this year, right? We know the New York Giants beat them already. So if the Giants could beat them, the possibility of us. So, are we going to get the feasting Eagles or are we going to get the famine Eagles? They don't seem to have it in between.
Well, it all starts with this guy right here, Jalen Hurts, his season stats, 64.7 completion percentage, passing yards, 2,754, 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 7.2 yards a pass, sacked 28 times, passer rate 96, quarterback rating 51.9. He had 4 interceptions in his last game?
Something like
like
that.
it was a lot because
4 or 5. I mean, it was like I said, feast or famine. I mean, it's like one of those things. It's they're not marching down the field. They're not squeaking out wins. They're either getting their asses kicked by teams that they should lose to, or should win, I should say, or they're fucking going out and dominating like you would expect of the defending Super Bowl champs.
Yes,
because their team has not changed all that much from last season.
Well, the most important thing that changed, they don't have their offensive coordinator. He went to the Saints. So they're having their issues with their offense and their offensive coordinator where their fans are saying, we need to fire him. But we'll see what happens. The head coach, he's behind his offensive coordinator. But we don't have to deal with this Sunday is this guy right here. We don't have to deal with this guy, the stats, whatever. We have coming in.
Hercules.
We have Kenny Pickett. We have Kenny Pickett coming in. Of course, this what technically is in a way season stats because he only had like 1 or 2 throws, and the 2 times he came in for like one play each. He got more play this time against the Broncos last week, and then we're going to go through him again. He was 8 for 11, 97 yards, 1 touchdown, 72.7 completion percentage, 8.8 yards a pass. He had that long one to Jackson, the rookie Jackson, that one straight ball, down. It was awesome. It was perfect. It was great. Oh. All right, sorry. Yeah, microphone. Passer rating 129.7 and 16 points.
Philadelphia?
I don't know. YouTube trying to find ways. But I mean, Kenny Pickett's coming in. And you saw in the last game, he was more mobile.
Is it for sure it's Pickett?
Yes.
Okay. I hadn't seen anything yet. That's why I'm asking. So that means Aiden O'Connell's the backup then.
Yes, and in the intro, the after intro, Pete Carroll talking, he had ruled him out. He had ruled. What is wrong with me today? He had ruled Geno Smith out in this game because of his back. They said his back has been the one that's been causing him issues. That his shoulder has been serviceable, but Kenny Pickett's going to start.
And shit.
And they even asked Pete Carroll, which he seemed kind of offended by it. So because Pete Carroll said, we're going to reevaluate and see, it is a 10-hour flight, so we don't want to, we want to kind of see basically to see if Geno Smith, mess with his back. And they asked him, so is he going to be at the game? And he seemed it was in the intro. He seemed like, oh, well, we'll let you know. Like, why would you ask that question?
Because he's not a good teammate, and if I can't play, I don't want to be there. You have to literally, tie Max Crosby down, whether he's hurt or not, to not be at a game. He was told not to show up
last year.
But yet you're going to have, I guarantee, the only reason he's acting that way is if Geno turned around and said, if I'm not playing, I ain't going.
And I just thought it was interesting because the way Pete Carroll was, it was like he was building a case just in case he doesn't show up. Well, I said in the presser, on Friday that he has back issues, and we don't know with the 10 hours in the air, air pressure, cabin pressure, and all that. We don't want to tweak his back. We're trying to get him ready for next week. And then when someone said, "Is he going?" And he said he looked offended. Pete Carroll looked offended. What? And then they asked, okay, so what does that mean for Cam Miller? Does that mean, is he the emergency? Oh, we'll see.
Okay. I mean, to be honest with you, the way things are gone, I would not be surprised if it goes Kenny Pickett, Cam Miller, and Aiden O'Connell as the emergency third string because Pete Carroll is scared. He's straight scared. That white boy's got him scared. Because he knows the minute he goes out on the field, it's over for Geno. I mean, Geno's career is probably over anyways if Pete Carroll gets fired.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't think Geno will play another down. He may be lucky to be signed as a backup, and we know he's too proud for that. I ain't doing that again. So, I mean, it just comes down. I would not be surprised if you see Aiden O'Connell, a healthy scratch in the emergency third-string quarterback, just because Pete Carroll is scared. Only, 3 games we showed? 3 games left, and he's still scared of them.
We have this game and then 3 more after.
Okay,
yes.
4 games, including this game. Okay.
Yes.
But still, it comes down to the whole thing. This is the time. There's no better reason to say, fuck you, Geno. Sit your ass down. You got 4 games. Okay? You got 3 quarterbacks. Each quarterback gets a start, and the best quarterback gets to start the last game of the season. See what you got. But will Pete Carroll have the balls to do that? No. They're hanging too low. They're banging off his knees. And it's fucking, all he cares about is Geno Smith and making sure he's making the big bucks.
You would think, you know what, Geno, just sit down, okay? Because look, we're 2-11, okay? We're 2-11. Now, I know people are like, well, hey, no, keep Geno out there, because if Geno goes out there, then we get the number 1 pick. Geno go out there, man, so we can get a better quarterback. Number 1 pick, we get the choice. We get to be the first one at the buffet. Come on, Geno. Get yourself in there. Go get one of them shots, take the pain out.
Look, everyone who's wanting, what's his name? Mendoza, right? We're hearing a lot of that name all of a sudden. Quarterback, for the draft. Who the Giants just draft last year?
Jackson Dart.
You think they're going to be drafting a quarterback? You could be 1, or you could be 2 or 3 and still probably get the guy you're looking for. If that's the case. Okay?
What?
Number 1 pick, you all got to think about money. The number you're drafted affects how much that person gets paid. Yes, there is a limit now, but it still affects, okay? Top 5 is great, but number 5 does not get paid as much as number 1. Think a salary cap right now, right? Which we are, from what I've been hearing, we are again second best in position of salary cap. So why not save as much of that as you can to maybe go out and get the pieces we need to help this team out?
Yeah, because, I know the offensive line is going to be a major, evaluated position because of what happened the last couple of years where the line has been, whatever. But
that all depends. Is Pete Carroll here? Is Brendan Carroll still on the team? We'll have the same offensive line that we had for the last 2 years.
Well, let me ask you 2 scenarios, Inc., because I know they've been circling around in the news lately. Hondo says, how about Mark Davis making a Al Davis move and have Chucky 3? Are you ready for Chucky 3? And then bring back Derek 3.0 and bring back Derek Carr as your bridge quarterback to mold the new rookie coming in if we draft the rookie quarterback or whatever? What is your take on that one?
That's a tough one. Only because, yes, Gruden had the team headed the right direction, but what makes it hard is it took him 4 years this time.
Yeah.
Right? Are you going to give him another 10-year contract? Are you going to, give him the time? I'm all for it if you give him the time, because Gruden has proven, given the time, he was able to do it. His shit was starting to work. But there needs to be fine print in there. The offensive coordinator gets to call the plays, not Gruden.
And Gruden, you can be in the room, but you're not in charge of the draft. You could be there and say, hey, I need this, I need that. but just don't be in charge of the draft. Just put your suggestions in the box, but we'll handle it from here, okay?
That, in that scenario, I could go Derek Carr. I'd love for him to end his career as a Raider to help, like you said, groom him, knowing he's only there to groom, whether it be Cam Miller, Aiden O'Connell, or Mendoza, or whoever the hell else you draft. I'm for that. I'm just having fun with this one right now. I'm looking at the Child's Play movie rankings. The original and part 2 were classics. But part 3, I'm trying to look at it. I got to look at it sideways. What is part 3? Oh, Bride of Chucky was fun, but no. Part 3, Child's Play 3 was banned in the UK because of its gruesome connection to the James Bulger case in 1993. So, if that's saying much, maybe we shouldn't do Chucky 3. If it was banned for a reason, the movie, we shouldn't try to do it. They play a different kind of foosball. Okay, they're trying to get involved over there. If it was banned in the UK and we don't play in the UK, you know what? That's okay. Germany wants us. Brazil wants us. I heard possibly Portugal wants us. I mean, come on. We really need it. And look, we're only here because people wanted to leave the UK because they were a little.
I'm just telling you what it says, okay? So if the indication of that says, that means maybe we shouldn't do it. But I mean, it's a wild thought.
This is an Al Davis movie, he said. This is an Al Davis movie. Al Davis didn't give a fuck what anybody else thought.
Yeah.
So, are we doing an Al Davis move, or are we going to be smarter? I don't even want to say smarter, but what's up, Raider Puppet? Are we going to actually think about our fucking future, starting with the head coach position, possibly the GM, because I don't know, if you bring in a different head coach, if Spike Tech is necessarily your answer. I mean, maybe give him a chance to be a real GM and see if he could do it. But if Pete could run all over him, then that next head coach might want him because they could do the same thing. I don't know.
That was a Hondo Carpenter suggestion a few days ago, and then it went over there to Mitchell Rentz, and then it turned into whatever. I mean, it's a crazy idea. It's a funny idea. It could probably make for a great movie idea. Coach gets their chance with the same team. John Gruden in Chucky 3, coming to theaters this fall or next fall. I was trying to do the movie phone guy. In a world where second chances can turn into thirds, John Gruden gets his chance to go back to the Raiders, the dark side, where he started his head coaching career. In the new upcoming season, Raiders 2026, Chucky returns, part 2 or 3 or 2, or he returns. No, okay, it's like Batman. Batman returns, Batman and Robin. Gruden returns, Gruden and Carr. It's the same thing. The boy wonder is Carr. He comes back. Gruden comes back. The dynamic duo. It's going to make for great showing on Tubi. That's as far as it's going on Tubi. All right, Assam. Second scenario, I'm going to ask you this one. Another suggestion was thrown out there, and I saw this on Q Meyer's show today. Talking about how Joe Burrow isn't that happy. He has to find joy. He has to find the joy within him to play the game of football, coming back from the injury. And I've been riddled with injuries. Riddle me that, with injuries the last couple of seasons. But Dan Orlowski on ESPN has suggested that someone should go in and put together a trade package to bring in Burrow and bring him into the, well, he didn't say just the Raiders. He said the Steelers, the Raiders, and those two other teams. But the fact that the Raiders are in that conversation, I guess, has to be discussed. So what do you think about Joe Burrow giving up the number one? Joe Burrow in a Raider uniform. That's your second scenario.
He's young. He is one of the younger, we'll put upper echelon quarterbacks, but it all depends on what you got to give up for him when it comes down to it. I mean, if you're talking about this year and we're talking about the 1 or 2 spot, I don't know, next year, depending where that number one is, obviously the only way they're going to do that is if they have a feeling they could draft a quarterback. It's just one of those. It just kind of feels like a Band-Aid. Let's see who the fucking coach is first.
Well, think of it like this, okay? New movie scenario, okay? From the makers of Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2 comes Dome Alone. Joe Burrow plays Kevin McAllister as he comes to Las Vegas. He gets lost in Las Vegas. It's like The Hangover plus Home Alone put together to make Dome Alone. Coming to the season next month, or next month, next fall. Dome Alone next Christmas.
But again, we talked about this, so the Bengals ain't going to give up their quarterback. So
what?
Let's not worry about trading for a fucking quarterback, and let's worry about building up our team the right way. Grooming our quarterback, getting everything, an offensive line that could work with him, who could understand what's needed as he grows, because he's going to learn his offensive line. Offensive line's going to learn what they need to do. Let's just do it. Let's do it right. And it starts with firing Pete Carroll.
You also got to account for his contract, because he did sign an extension. He's not on that rookie contract no more. He has an extension. So that's more money we have to absorb when we get rid of, if we get rid of Geno Smith, because, it's always ifs now until it actually happens, because, with a chance that Geno Smith cannot, no, he plays. This is now for real, is that Kenny Pickett's playing this week, but we got to wait and see. And then we'll see what happens, because we're all trying to figure out who is actually the adult in the room. Is it Tom Brady? Is it Spytek? Is it Mark Davis? Is it Pete Carroll? We never know until we find out, until who gets fired, Sorry. All right. Let's try to pick a quarterback from the draft like good teams have done. Exactly. So, but those are just the scenarios I just threw out there because they're going around, they're circulating around, and I just wanted to get Asylum's take on the two wild, what do they call it, crockpot ideas. Let's get John Gruden, and we get Joe Burrow. Bro, what are you smoking? What strand is that? I don't know. Okay, let's look at these other numbers, Asylum. Okay, go back into the game. All right, here we go. Geno Smith, even though he's not starting, he is, because he's the only quarterback we've had. We already talked about that. The leading passer for the Raiders, and of course, Jalen Hurts, we talked about him. Let's look at the other playmakers. Ashton Jeanty, 191 attempts, 665 yards of rushing, 4 touchdowns, along at 64. Geno Smith, surprisingly, is your second leading rusher. 40 attempts, 108 yards, 0 touchdowns, along with 20. Brock Bowers is your leading receiver, 53 receptions, 619 yards, 6 touchdowns, along with 38. One interesting thing they said in the game last week against the Broncos is every time Brock Bowers scores a touchdown, the Raiders lose. And I think they said before the game concluded, it was 0-7, so I think it would be 0-8. Asylum before, Trey Tucker, 46, 57, 574 yards, 5 touchdowns. Okay, whatever. All right. We need another Hispanic quarterback. It worked in the past. He's saying Mendoza because of Plunkett. But, Plunkett also had a Hispanic
white quarterback, too.
Yes.
So
Well, I think Kenny Stabler is more clear than White. He's more clear, you know. That's it. Asylum. That's that I said. Brock Bowers is, I think it's 0-8 now after the game finished against the Broncos. 0-8 every time he scores a touchdown. What is your take on that little stat right there?
I mean, that's not really fair. I mean, we lost with him not in the game. We lost with him when he's in the game and not got touchdowns, and we've lost with him when he's gotten touchdowns. So to be honest with you, they're just looking for shit to be able to say to sound smart.
Do you know that every time Pete Carroll chews 5 packs of gum in the game, we lose? No, I'm just joking. I just made that up. All right. Looking at the other side on the Eagles, because the season is what it is. We got to make fun of it. It is what it is. I know a lot of us Raider fans are just waiting for the season to finish. I sent you that tweet, Asylum. I saw that on Twitter or X, whatever it's called, where it said, April, can't wait for the football. Yeah. April, May, can't wait for football. June, can't wait for football. All the way up until September. Why did you draw that? God, I'm tired of it. Can't wait for it to be over. Saquon Barkley, 218 attempts, 862 yards, 5 touchdowns, along with 65. Jalen Hurts is your second leading rusher for the Eagles, 88 attempts, 337 yards, 8 touchdowns, along with 29. Devontae. Did I spot? No, I don't think I spot that wrong. I think that's 64 receptions, 839 yards, 3 touchdowns, along with 79. AJ Brown, everyone's. I had him. I drafted him on fantasy.
Me too.
He let me down. I traded him to my sister, hoping he'll do better. He let her down. She let him go. Went on to Jeff's team. Kind of did better for Jeff's team. You know what? That's just rude, Kay. Kind of like when we got rid of AP. We got rid of AB, and then he ended up going to the Patriots, and then he ended up, whatever. Anyways. Sorry, Jeff. AJ Brown, 2 receptions, 799 yards, along with 6 touchdowns, along with 45. All right, Asylum. I mean, our defense can do, they're kind of like on a downhill right now. Like we could stop them, right? We can at least make the game interesting, right?
Look, Gino actually has a number better than Jalen Hurts. His completion percentage.
Oh, they say interceptions.
Well, I was getting there. Give me a second. But even on a bad year, he's only got 6 interceptions. And what we just talked about, it was 3 or 4 last game.
4, yes.
Or 4 or 5, whatever it was. All those majority of that coming in one game. Completion may be down, but he's taking chances down the field. They're having a bad year, and he's still 10 times better. It's just so frustrating. I know he's not going to be in the game. We should have just X'd him out on that graphic. We really should have, because it doesn't matter. But, if the defense can stay off the field, if Kenny Pickett could do what he was doing in the fourth quarter for all 4 quarters, sustain drives, give the defense a chance to catch their breath, and we could stop that. I'm going to say this here: stop Saquon Barkley. Then yes, we can win this game.
Because there's the argument where Pickett did good against the Broncos because they didn't really have tape on him. He just came in, everyone. With Geno Smith. And I know the Broncos have...
Hold on, Peggy. I could rebuff that because there is tape on Kenny Pickett. He's not a rookie.
Well, no, I'm saying is that the Broncos, I said that wrong. Not that they had tape, but they probably didn't fully prepare for if Kenny Pickett came in because they know that Pete Carroll, he'll go and duct tape.
They could just pressure Geno and get interceptions.
Yes.
It wasn't that hard.
But now the Eagles, who Kenny Pickett was just on their team last year, though he was in Cleveland. He was only in Cleveland during the offseason. Then we traded for him before the season started. This season right now, the Eagles could have some tendencies on him and whatever. But we'll get into that right now. We'll get into that after I whatever, the injury report. But the thing with Kenny Pickett and with Geno Smith, like you said, Geno Smith holds on to the ball. He sits back there, and then he'll throw I'm gonna throw it to the rookie with like 3 guys around him. I'm gonna throw it to Bowers with like a free safety and the number 1 cornerback on him because I'm being pressured. Interception, and then that also goes to the defense because now that's more possessions. The defense is on the field to try to eradicate the interception or the turnover the offense did. So hopefully with
go ahead, don't finish.
No, I said hopefully with Pickett, the offensive drives will last longer. Okay, they'll sustain longer.
One key factor between what Kenny Pickett did in the 4th quarter and Geno Smith done all season. Kenny Pickett could lead a receiver when he throws the fucking ball.
Yes.
He doesn't throw behind him on 98% of the passes. I know Geno's had a couple. He's led a receiver, and we all stood there dumbfounded because he actually could do it. But look at his passes. Damn near every time it's behind or the receivers having to adjust and not adjust going. It's because he cannot lead a receiver if his life depended on it or chooses not to, whatever the reason is. You said it, his timing, his whole career has been off.
Yeah. Was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I thought there was more. Yeah, and going to what I'm trying to look at it right now. What Puppet asked in extreme cold.
We haven't been very good.
I'm trying to. Well, that was also with Derek Carr though too. Does that mean anything? I don't know. I was trying to look at what the temperature is going to be.
Ice game. They froze the field.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I think if you go back, being a West Coast team, a lot of West Coast teams tend to struggle in the cold.
27 degrees is what it's projected to be in game time. 27
that's a warm day.
Degrees. Yeah, you're out there in Kansas. That's like that's take-top weather.
Single digits or negative numbers, then we're talking about extreme cold.
All right, let's look at the injury report here. Okay. Now, here we go. Jamal Adams, our linebacker, knee, full practice today, so he should be playing. Alex Bachman is also out again. He has a thumb issue. Jeremy Chin with a back. He's questionable. Did not practice on Wednesday. Light practice the last 2 days. Max Crosby, defensive end, knee and shoulder. Did not practice on Wednesday. Light practice on Thursday. Full practice on Friday. Before I go on to Sodom, should we just... I know it'd be hard. Like you said, they had to strap him down to the chair at his home so he won't try to go onto the field. But should we kind of shelve Max Crosby to save him from himself again?
He's been dinged up all season. He's been on this list multiple times. Yes, he's played. Yes, let's go ahead and sit him. Right? Meaningless game. Sit him. Let him get healthy. Let him get going, as well as it will allow us to be able to see what other combinations we could use just in case, heaven forbid, there is a Max Crosby injury and you got to make it work, or the other possibilities for game planning and in different scenarios, just going. So yes, why not sit them? Why not see who else we got going on and see how well certain players, Malcolm Kuntz, could play without him.
I don't know. I see guys who are playing to come back next year. Malcolm Kuntz, even Tyree Wilson. As much as I like Tyree Wilson, it's not as I don't know. I just because I think he'd be coming up on his 5th year. 1, 2, 3. He's on his 4th year this year, right?
No, I thought this was his 3rd year. I could be
Okay,
wrong. I could be wrong. I thought this was his 3rd though. Thought he had one more.
Okay. Genty, Bowers. No, I think he's in his 3rd.
Yeah, so
I think he's in his 3rd. Jordan. Oh no, Michael Mayer. He had full practice, so he could be coming back. I believe he had an ankle injury. Oh, that's right there, ankle injury. Jordan Meredith had the foot. He has full practice. He's questionable. Even if he is playing, we'll see if Pete Carroll does the same treatment like he did when JPJ was clear to come back, and they kept him on the sideline, even though he was a full participant.
Meredith is his boy. That's his center right there.
Yeah. Colton Miller has been practicing, but he is considered out, so he's already rolled out. Geno Smith, right shoulder and back. They're not practice. He is out. So right there, Asylum. We can't go back in time. They can't switch it. It's already out. Geno Pickett. Oh my God. I just Kenny Pickett. I just ruined it. He's gonna throw 4 interceptions now. Okay. Ian Thomas, tight end, calf, did not practice. Full practice. He's questionable. Thornton Jr. had past concussion protocol. He should play. And then Raheem Mostert had a knee. But I believe he should play. Looking at the Eagles injury report, Zach Bond, linebacker, hand, full practice, he should play. Right here, Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter will not be playing in this game, so that's one less pass rusher we have to deal with. Landon Dickerson, guard, calf rest, he should be playing. Charlie Hewlett, long snapper, he should be playing. He had abdomen. Fred Johnson. Abdomen. Fred Johnson, abdomen. Ankle.
Oh, sorry. I thought you abdomen.
Abdomen. Fred Johnson, ankle. Lane Johnson, foot. He's out. That's another offensive lineman. And Cameron Williams, no picture, shoulder, full practice, still questionable offensive lineman. I mean, they're dinged up as on the offensive line, so I don't know how the tush push would work with backups. Maybe we can be able to stop that. Teams have been finding ways to slow the tush push down, but we'll see. I don't know.
What? Don't let them be in 4th and inches and 4th and short. You don't have to worry about the tush push. I mean, that's one way to stop it. Just saying.
Yeah. And, you know, with the offensive line dinged up, I mean, that could give more chances for, like you said, guys like Malcolm Kuntz to have a game, to keep his name in the
based on, like I said.
Yeah. Patriots got him. A couple other our defensive guys.
Malcolm Kuntz fucking is stepped up and did exactly what he did on the second half of that one season.
Okay, Asylum.
That's sarcasm in case people didn't get it. I hope it was dripping really bad, but just in case, I'm letting y'all know that was sarcasm.
Sarcasm. All right, Asylum. We have Kenny Pickett quarterbacking, which means maybe we might have keys to the game now, because one of them was Ben Geno Smith. He probably won't even be on the plane, so there'd be no chance, because I was thinking you were going to say it's probably going to be Kenny Pickett, Aiden O'Connell, emergency quarterback Geno Smith.
No, he's out. He had to be a healthy scratch to do that.
So, do you have any keys to this game?
Yeah, I mean, okay, we could do some keys here. Throw a curveball, but I could take a curveball. I'm not Serrano. I could hit the curveball. Control the clock with the fucking run game. Keep your defense fresh, because they're going to need to be fresh. You know, Kenny Pickett, do what we were seeing in the 4th quarter of the Broncos game. You know, don't take stupid chances. You know, roll out, do what you have to do, extend the play here or there, hit your receivers. And defense, do not let Saquon Barkley be the one to beat you guys.
So you would rather the game in Jalen Hurts' hands than on Saquon Barkley's feet.
Yes.
Yes.
In this particular case, the way Jalen's been playing this season, I'd rather it be in his hands. And don't get me wrong, I know they got AJ Brown, and that could be a bad combination, but he hasn't been playing well. They haven't been using him right. Everything else like that. I'd rather it be there than Saquon, them controlling the clock with Saquon, giving up 257 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns to Saquon, and the game's out of control, and you've barely had any chance to be on the field because all they've been doing is, run.
Yes. I would say yes, control the game with the running game. I would also say for Greg Olsen, even though, whatever. Use the same type of game plan you did in 2021 as you do now, because you have a more mobile quarterback. Derek Carr was able to make plays on his feet, at least around the pocket, to find guys open. And that was the last time the Raiders beat the Eagles. Well, the last time the Raiders saw the Eagles was in 2021. The Raiders beat the Eagles. So have that same type of game plan you did. You have the same type of quarterback that can move around in the pocket. So I'm just saying with that one. And of course, defense.
Defense.
Defense. Pressure Jalen. Pressure Jalen Hurts. Just pressure him and contain. Pressure and contain.
We could add one more. Fucking tackle the guy when you get your arms around him.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be hard because it's going to be in the cold. You ever hit your hand when your hand's cold and you hit it, you're like, ah! And it's like, ah. Get that thing that Tim Brown used to have, that little, like a fanny pack, but it was a hand warmer thing he had around his waist.
It's called a muff.
That's what it's called?
That's what it's called.
Well, I didn't know there was a name for it. Thought it was like a waist sleeve.
Educating you, because that's what we do here on the Cage Match. We educate.
It's a muff. It's a muff. A muff. All right. Asylum, we do every Friday. We always do a Know Your History. And
know your fucking history.
Of course, it's going to be the one. Everyone's, it's going to be the one. Everyone knows it's going to be Super Bowl 15. Raiders, the Cinderella team, first wild card team to get to the Super Bowl and win it against the Eagles. And it's fitting because we had
against the best team in the NFL.
Yes, and it's fitting because we just had Jerry Robinson on this Wednesday, the interview. So it's crazy how that works for us, huh? All right, Asylum.
It's who would have thought? It's almost like we planned it.
I know. It's what we play the odds. Get that spread, Raiders. Okay, let's get that going. You got it or me?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do Know Your History. This is Super Bowl 15. Roll it.
And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history.
By game day, not even world events could shake the Raiders' focus.
We drove to the Superdome and there was a big yellow ribbon around the Superdome. I'm like, what the heck is that on there for? They said, well, the hostages are free. I'm like, hostages? Oh, that's right. There were some hostages. I was so focused on what was going on. I didn't have a clue what was going on in the world. Some would listen to that and say, well, that's great concentration. And others would listen to that and say, the kid needs a little perspective.
But we were there to play one more football game. And to go to that game and not to be prepared to play would have just been awful for what we had already accomplished. It wouldn't have meant anything.
Super Sunday, what a day. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true. It's unbelievable. Yes, and we're going to win. We are going to win, no question.
It was a great feeling. I was so proud to run out there. It was kind of like a storybook finish all coming to a head. In some ways, the Super Bowl was anticlimactic because the best team in football, we thought, were the San Diego Chargers.
We knew the Eagles had beat us. We knew we could beat them. We knew that if they came in the way that they came into that game, we played them in the season, we could beat them.
You know, I was ready once I stepped on that field. I still had something to prove to myself and to whoever else.
Plunkett on a straight drop back. Here comes the rush. Steps up. Can't find anybody yet. Takes off running to the left. Rolls on the move. And it's caught by King at the 40. It's over the 50. He'll go all the way. Nobody knows. To the 20. To the 10. To the 5. Touchdown Raiders.
Plunkett's eating us alive.
In just 3 months, Jim Plunkett had gone from Heisman bust to super savior. 3 touchdown passes capped one of the greatest personal comebacks in NFL history.
Jim Plunkett had a masterful game. Rod Martin had a game for the ages. He was everywhere. He was everywhere. He had 3 interceptions. He wasn't Bobby Chandler, but with a little bit of stickum, he could hang on to the thing. That was probably compliments of the judge. He played as good a Super Bowl as any defender has ever played. Did not get the MVP. Jim Plunkett got the MVP. Jim deserved it, but Rod deserved it just as much.
I felt really, really good for Jim because he had paid his dues, just like everyone else. But it meant a lot to him to be the guy that led us through that Super Bowl.
It's a great feeling. Finally accomplished something that everybody who ever gets in the NFL wants to do.
Can we do that? Can we do that one day again before all of us leave this earth?
Or beat the Eagles.
Well, I mean, beat the Eagles, of course, but I mean, like the Super Bowl part. Can I at least see one win, one Super Bowl win? I was born 2 years after 18.
Not too long from now. Just before I die, just give me one more.
Just give me one, man. I saw them go to the Super Bowl, but I just want to see them win one, Kay. Just win one. Win one. I'm not going to lie. If they win one, and I'm, not going to lie, Kay. We're going to try to do a show after. Man, Raiders, man, they can run the Super Bowl, man. This is crazy, man. I didn't know it was going to ever happen. It happened. I'm not going to lie. Moko said we're going to man, Raiders, man.
This is the greatest feeling in the world.
Yes. Anyways, that won't be this year, but yes. Yeah.
It's
in
Christmas
fantasy.
time. A Christmas miracle could happen.
Christmas miracle. Just been, it felt like the last 20 plus years, we've been, actually, no. If you really think about it, the last, Super Bowl 18 was 83. So we're 25. Okay, so that's like 42 years. So for the last 42 years, we've been getting coal. You know what we've been doing with that coal?
Trying to turn it to diamonds.
No. Having awesome tailgates. Oh, yeah. No.
That's still a diamond.
It's all we can. It's all we can do, though.
The
only diamonds I want needs to be on the ring that says Super Bowl champions. World champions. It's going to say Las Vegas Raiders, but still.
Hey, you know what? To be the first team to bring 3 different cities to Super Bowl championship.
Yeah.
We just got to get our shit together
LA.
and do it.
Well, you know, us and the Rams have brought Super Bowls to two different cities. So, but now we're in a third city. So, you know,
now we're in our third. Now we have a chance to be the first to do 3.
Yeah, we're the only ones that can accomplish that as of right now. We're the only ones that can accomplish that because we're in our third city. We've been in 3 moves because, you know, you don't count the very first because the first time was Oakland, you know. So we've been in 3 moves. So in 30 years from now, we could be in Lake Titicaca. I don't know. Lake Titicaca Raiders, okay? Anyways. All right, that's it. That's our show. The Eagles and the Raiders this Sunday. Sodom, what's the point spread? Are we going for the point spread or are we going for the win?
I have no idea what the point spread is. Anna, what's the point spread?
Our Vegas consultant. Yes, Anna, what is the point spread? I know you know. What is the point spread? Because last week it was 7.5, and the Raiders, she said, I don't know.
I don't either.
And the Raiders made sure they got that important field goal to get Asylum Burgundy his money. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, that is our show for today. We want to thank everybody for watching.
All I want to see is Kenny Pickett prove Geno Smith is garbage like we've been saying all season.
You know, it'd be crazy if all of a sudden we have a heavy running game and they're going to say, well, it's because of the weather. It's because of the weather because, you know, it's cold. We want to make sure that our quarterback is protected. So we get all of a sudden, because I don't want to show, I don't want Kenny Pickett to go and start slinging it everywhere. Oh, and there goes my job because I didn't pull Geno Smith when I should have about 8 games ago. But that's for another conversation after the season. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I cannot talk today. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. The new subscribers that we had in the last this past week. Make sure you go to check out our Wednesday show that we did a few days ago. Our interview with Jerry Robinson. We're going to post more shorts from that interview just to kind of tease you. You know, maybe I want to watch this. So it's doing great right now. It got great reviews.
It was a great interview, guys. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Yes, and then let's do this.
We were able to get some information out of him that some of his longtime friends didn't even know about him.
Yes. So we did the whole Jedi mind trick. What else happened? Oh, yeah, no. Let's do this. Let's do this real quick, Sodom. Just real quick, okay? Make sure you go check this out, BK, because he's going to be on that ship. If you want to go hear more stories like we did on this interview this past Wednesday, go on the ship, go on the trip. And I had nothing else that rhymes with ship and trip. But go there, Raiders Legends, Cruise for a Cause. That's the one. Cruise for a Cause, Raider Legends, the Raiders Legends ones. May 15th, 18th, 2026. That's next year. That's only 6 months away. 6 months away. So half a year away. Ish. They had the 2. Well, I'll let you talk about that, Asylum. But it departs from Long Beach, sails to Ensenada from to Mexico, raffles, auctions, contests, autographs, and photos. Opportunity with Raider greats Jerry Robertson, Jeff Barnes, Kenny King, and Frank Hawkins. And this part right here, Asylum, take over on this one right here.
And yes, if you're going to get in and contact Ericka, give them our promo code, The Cage Match. Remember, the more people who go, it could be more than those 4 legends right there. We get enough of these rooms sold, more legends get an opportunity to go and make this cruise even better. So don't forget, either call Ericka, email Ericka, or catch her on Facebook or Messenger and let her know you came from the Cage Match so they know exactly where you came from.
Where you came from and what you represent. The Cage Match. Oh, yeah. Dig it. Anyways. And then, wait, I want to do this last thing over here. Yes, Anna, yes, go watch that. It was great. And also, tell us what you think of the CMN. I always like to know what's going on with the CMN because he breaks down or he gives you the news other folks are afraid to do. Oh wait, I was supposed to take this off too. He gives you the news at Son Burgundy, the way you want the news, which is hardcore.
He's able
funny,
to say
and all
what
that.
some of us can't.
Yes, so that is what it is. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching our show. And like I said, thank you for those who subscribed and liked and shared and everything like that. Please tell your friends. We are close to hitting 400. Man, we're right there. We're on the 3-yard line, looking at 400. So
we are. Hold on. Yeah, still on the 3-yard line.
Still on the 3-yard line. Got to push us into the fourth to the 400s. All right, everybody, take care. We finish every show like we always do with the word from Coach Wallace, my Coach Wallace, aka Coach Milt. We keep his memory alive from the Oakland Coliseum, so we keep his memory alive on this show. Let's hope the Raiders don't ruin another Sunday for us, but it all depends on which side are you.
Well, now it all depends. What's ruining a Sunday? Do you want that number 1 spot or do you not?
That's depends. Depends. All right, everybody, take care. Yeah. Depends. Oh, yeah, Diaper, our coach. Anyways, take care. Have a good night, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Go Raiders. Peace out.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight. Again, I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.